Welcome back to my channel, guys. My name is Raggy Rog, and I am bringing you a tier list today in which I am going to be rating dog Pokemon. That's right, because we all love a good boy. We all like dogs, and we all like Pokemon, and as long as Pokemon has been a thing, dog Pokemon have been a thing too. So, I'm making a video today where I am rating them not so much in terms of my favorites, not in terms of competitive viability, I am just rating them based on how good of a good boy do I think they are. So you can see on the side here, we've got the goodest boy, we've got good boy, we've got mostly a good boy, pretty good boy, and then not a good boy. So, without further ado, just in order of how we see it, from start to finish, whatever, let's just get into it. So, the OG dog Pokemon. I don't think there are any dog Pokemon before Growlithe in the original Gen 1, and I gotta give it to him. Growlithe is a good boy, and on that note, just because he evolves doesn't make him any less of a good boy. He is the goodest boy again. So, and then it's funny because we get Growlithe and Arcanine as like in Gen 1, and then and even though they're dogs, we don't really think of there being a dog Pokemon until we are introduced to Snubbull. And I'm going to say that Snubbull is also the goodest boy. And same story as Arcanine, just because we evolve doesn't mean we are any less of a goodest boy. Now, Houndour and Houndoom. So this is like clearly a different breed. Like, it's meant to be, I forget the name of the dog breed, but we all know the breed that this is based on. And it is a dark type. It's a very cool design, and I like Houndoom a lot. Houndoom has always sat upon the precipice of being one of my favorite Pokemon, but never quite got there. But he is still the goodest boy, absolutely. Poochyena and Mightyena, they are technically not dogs, I would say. Like, they are related to dogs because they're based on hyenas, actually, which technically isn't a dog. It's like it's its own animal. It would be related to dogs. But, as a companion, as a dog-like Pokemon, they are still the goodest boys. And I love them. So now we have Electrike and Manectric and his Mega form, Mega Manectric. So I remember I've only used these guys the first time I played through Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire when I emulated it on my computer when I was like 15 or something. And I enjoyed using them very much. I had a lot of good fun with it. And for that reason, I'm going to put Electrike, Manectric, and Mega Manectric all as the goodest boys. Absolutely. Okay. Now we're into Gen 4, and Riolu and Lucario. So, like, I've never really understood the hype with Lucario, because I know that he's a lot of people's favorite Pokemon, and then they give him Riolu as well, and I've got nothing but good things to say about Lucario, but it's like, I know that these guys are some of the most popular Pokemon in the world. It's like, I don't really get it, but if I have to be objective, looking at everything, they are still the goodest boys, absolutely. So just, like, doesn't matter. It's cat. It's cat there. On to Gen 5! We are just getting through this, like, lickety-split. But, we have Lillipup, Herdier, and Stoutland, and I think it's a really cool design. This one kind of just looks more like someone drew a dog, especially in the case of, say, Herdier. He's proportionally very much just like a real-life dog. But Stoutland looks a little more cartoony. Lillipup looks very cute, like, obnoxiously cute. And if only for that reason that they are so outlandishly cute and cartoony in those forms, they are also the goodest boys. Herdier, on the other hand, is also the goodest boy because look at him. Look at that good boy. 11 out of 10. Now, on to Gen 6. So, Furfrou is pretty cool. I don't think its appearance, because you can change what it looks like. It is a fashion Pokemon, right? Like, you can style it to look all of these different ways. There's the original one, and because this is the OG Poodle Pokemon, I'm going to say it is the goodest boy. But as for the rest of them, because they are all exactly the same as Furfrou and just aesthetically different, they are also the goodest boys. Go. Okay. So, now that Furfrou is back where they belong, in the goodest boys section, oh yeah, so Gen 6 also had Swirlix and Slurpuff, and it's interesting because I never really thought of them as a dog, but now that I look, it's like, yeah, they kind of are like a dog. They're like a little cotton candy dog. And you can't deny that a dog Pokemon that is made of sweets isn't the sweetest doggo of all time. So I'm going to rate this one 1,000,000 out of 10, and they are also the goodest boy. Now, this is Zygarde in its 10% form. Fun fact, I believe that it's actually a reference to Cell from the Dragon Ball Z series. He has not yet absorbed Yveltal or Xerneas, so he is not at like his completed form. That is to say, Zygarde 50% or 100% forms. You know how the game goes. But he is just doing what a Zygarde doggo do, so he is the goodest boy ever. Aesthetically, Rockruff, cutest doggo on the planet, he is the goodest boy. And you know the rules, just because they evolve does not mean they are any less the goodest boy ever. So, Lycanroc in his dusk, midday, and midnight forms are all the goodest boys. Absolutely. And let's see. Okay, we are getting nearer to the end here, but now we've got Yamper from Sword and Shield. And Yamper, that's a good boy. Do I need to explain this to you? That is a good boy. And as the rule goes, just because we evolve doesn't make us any less of a good boy. And Bolton is exactly that. You can see that Bolton's a good boy. Jeez. Alright. Zacian and Zamazenta are all just good boys. They are definitely the strongest of boys, and they do such a good job. Look at them with their little stick and their shield. I love Zamazenta and Zacian. Good boys. 1,000,000,000 out of 10. Houndoom? Okay. We already put Houndoom in the goodest boy section. So here we go. Just because he's Mega Like, he's the goodest boy, and he's stronger than before? Come on. Then we have, okay, same story, okay, it's not a Mega Evolution, it's his Hisuian form for Growlithe and Arcanine. Oh, so because he looks different, he's less of a goodest boy? I don't think so. Nope, here we go. Hisuian, Growlithe, and Arcanine in the goodest boy section. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And now the two newest doggo Pokemon ever released in Scarlet and Violet, very like this past week or so, we have Fido. And I don't think this is going to come as much surprise, but you can see that for looking that Fido is such a good boy. Such a good boy that I'm going to put him in the goodest boy section. There we go. And last but not least, maybe the goodest boy of all time, Greavard. There we go. Okay. Now, as you can see, these are pretty much all of the dog Pokemon in the entire series up till now. And I gotta say, I think I've nailed it pretty much perfectly in terms of how good of a good boy all of these good boys actually are. So you can see, like, not a lot of attention down here in the lower sections. Turns out there are actually no dog Pokemon that just aren't good boys. So, you know, but yeah, definitely this one was pretty fun, pretty interesting. I put a lot of thought into it, for sure. Comment down below which ones you agree with, which ones you think are the goodest boys, and which ones you think are not the goodest boys. Give your individual ratings for all of these good boys if you like. And definitely, if you enjoyed the video today, then make sure to give it a like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon as well so you get instant updates anytime I decide that I want to do another good boy video. And if you do want more good boy videos, then tell me. Otherwise, I'll see you next time, Ragamuffins. Thanks for watching.